Our higher power removed the obsession for alcohol in step 1. We know now in step 7 that God can and will, if He is sought, that He is all-powerful and can remove our shortcomings. The only thing stopping us is ourselves. When we are right-sized, we have the humility to know that He is in charge and we are His useful servants to do His will. We cannot fail. We are then gifted with a life beyond our wildest dreams. Another day of beautiful uncertainty. That is our adventure. We're going to start with the Serenity Prayer, and then we'll go into the daily reflections. If you or someone you know are questioning yourselves about whether or not you're an alcoholic or whether they are an alcoholic or drug addict, reach out. We can help you. You don't have to do it alone. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Grant me patience with the struggles that take time, and appreciation for all that I have, tolerance of those with different struggles, and the strength to get up and try again, one day at a time. Unnatural faith. July 4th. Deep down in every man, woman, and child is the fundamental idea of God. It may be obscured by calamity, by pomp, by worship of other things, but in some form or other, it is there. For faith in a power greater than ourselves, and miraculous demonstrations of that power in human lives, are facts as old as man himself. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 55. I have seen the workings of the unseen God in AA rooms around the country. Miracles of recovery are everywhere in evidence. I now believe that God is in these rooms and in my heart. Today, faith is as natural to me, a former agnostic, as breathing, eating, and sleeping. The 12 steps have helped to change my life in many ways, but none is more effective than the acquisition of a higher power. Selfishness, self-centeredness, that we think is the root of our troubles. We were fearful and became instinctually dangerous to those around us because we were not civilized. We were antisocial and ruthless, maybe narcissistic in our behaviors. We were living to drink and drinking to live, where nothing was going to get in the way of a drink. We had an internal mandate that pushed out all other concerns. If a mere code of morals or a better philosophy of life were sufficient to overcome alcoholism, many of us would have recovered long ago. But we found that such codes and philosophies did not save us, no matter how much we tried. We could wish to be moral. We could wish to be philosophically comforted. In fact, we could will these things with all our might, but the needed power wasn't there. Our human resources, as marshaled by the will, were not sufficient. They failed utterly. Lack of power, that was our dilemma. We had to find a power by which we could live, and it had to be a power greater than ourselves. We finally saw that faith in some kind of God was a part of our makeup, just as much as the feeling we have for a friend. Sometimes we had to search fearlessly, but He was there. He was as much a fact as we were. We found the great reality deep down within us. In the last analysis, it is only there that He may be found. It was so with us. We can only clear the ground a bit if our testimony helps sweeps away prejudice, enables you to think honestly, encourages you to search diligently within yourself. Then, if you wish, you can join us on the broad highway. With this attitude, you cannot fail. The consciousness of your belief is sure to come to you. The Big Book tells us how to recover. It is a textbook, an instruction manual, and we need to put it into action to get it. Reading about how others did it is not enough. Find God, clean house, help others. Simple, not easy. A price has to be paid. A price we gladly pay for a new life of ease and comfort without taking a sip of booze. It is a bang for the buck. Such a great deal once we change our attitude and get over our silly fears to work the steps and live the steps. We put God in the center and ourselves to His side, doing what we believe His will is for us. Knowing His will for us is never self-serving. It is always about helping others. Unnatural faith. July 4th. Deep down in every man, woman, and child is the fundamental idea of God. It may be obscured by calamity, by pomp, by worship of other things, but in some form or other, it is there. For faith in a power greater than ourselves, and miraculous demonstrations of that power in human lives, are facts as old as man himself. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 55. I have seen the workings of the unseen God in AA rooms around the country. Miracles of recovery are everywhere in evidence. I now believe that God is in these rooms and in my heart. Today, faith is as natural to me, a former agnostic, as breathing, eating, and sleeping. The 12 steps have helped to change my life in many ways, but none is more effective than the acquisition of a higher power. Please subscribe for more videos. Thank you for watching.